We're days away from a big second year for wide receiver NKeal Harry. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. A little bit of a role reversal today. I'm here at Gillette Stadium after Patriots practice. Evan reporting from home. The expectations have always been high on NKeal Harry. Obviously, after his disappointing first season, like mostly due to his long stint on IR, he's going to be relied heavily upon this season, especially after the release of Mohamed Sanu. It's him and Julian Edelman. Those are the guys. What is your expectations for him as a season-long outlook?
Well, I got to be honest here. I have pretty high expectations for him because I think as a former first-round pick, this is really the year for NKeal Harry in year two. Is oftentimes, even when guys struggle as rookies, if they're going to break out at any point, it usually comes this season in the second year after a full season in the playbook, a full offseason of NFL training, and then a training camp, and then the lead up. It's not quite the same this year, obviously, as a normal year, but the year two leap is a well-known thing around the NFL, and that's what the Patriots are expecting and NKeal Harry. Now, we know that he can run with the football. We saw that plenty last season. Give him the ball on sweeps or reverses or little gadget plays out of the backfield, and he can really run with it, right? But the next question, I think, for NKeal, or the next step for him, is learning how to create separation and win down the field. And I think what we saw in training camp, inklings of it, little droplets of it, and what we're hoping to see in more, in bigger terms moving forward, is that the work at the line of scrimmage that he put in this offseason with the footworking, the route releases, the technique at the line will hopefully allow him to use his big frame down the field a little bit more. So it's not necessarily about running by guys or being super shifty at the top of the route. That's probably never going to be his game, but winning with body positioning and getting situations where he can create passing windows for his quarterback down the field, and then using that big frame and that big contested catch radius, that's going to be sort of the next step for NKeal Harry. I think he is going to be productive. I think he's going to mainly be productive, though, down by the goal line in the red zone. I think Cam Newton's having a great time throwing those high point fades, the back shoulders, things like that down by the goal line where NKeal can just box out and use his size.
Well, let's focus in on this week one matchup between the Patriots and the Dolphins. It's likely going to be NKeal Harry versus Byron Jones. We know he just got that nice contract with the Dolphins. What are you expecting out of this matchup, and what does NKeal Harry need to do to create separation and be successful?
Well, this Miami secondary, Sierra, is basically being built exactly like the Patriots secondary. You got two great corners in Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, and they want to play a ton of man coverage, which means that they're going to basically travel with receivers the same way the Patriots do things. So my guess is it will be Byron Jones against NKeal Harry. Jones is a little bit bigger. He's got a great vertical, great broad jump, very explosive player, so he can contest at those catch points with the 6'3" receiver. But last year in that Dallas game, NKeal Harry did struggle a little bit with Byron at times, but he did catch his touchdown against him in the corner of the end zone on one of those back shoulder plays. So I think it's going to be a battle. And I think what we're going to see early on with NKeal Harry has his work in the offseason paid off for him to be able to win down the field. And I think that Byron Jones is a really nice first matchup for him because he's obviously a very good corner, but we're not talking about him going up against like a Jalen Ramsey or a Stephon Gilmore in week one. It's somebody that has a great reputation, that has a lot of skill, but isn't quite in that elite echelon of cornerbacks. So it's a nice little matchup here for NKeal Harry to prove some doubters wrong instantly against the guy that just got a huge contract from Miami.
I'm excited just talking about it over and over again. I can't wait for Sunday to come. For all of our coverage leading up to the game, you can find it on our website at clnsmedia.com. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.